Preseason match recap, roster check-in, season predictions, Vancouver match preview, and listener questions. All that coming up on Boot Room 801. Welcome back to the Boot Room, everyone. My name is Giles, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host and wife, Kayla.
Hello!
So we have a lot to go over this week, and it's match week.
Woohoo!
We finally have a match coming up, and I'm so excited.
It's about time.
Yeah, so we have Vancouver coming up on Saturday. The game is at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, so everybody be ready. It's on Apple TV. There are several watch parties out and around. Find a way to watch it. We are so excited.
So pumped.
So with that, let's just go ahead and jump in so we can get through everything we've got to get through.
Yeah.
So we have our preseason match against the Galaxy to go over. So Kayla, why don't you take us through that?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting, nice and telling of kind of where the club is headed. So starting 11 was Cabral in the net as always. Engel, Glad, Yunlin, which is kind of what we've been seeing. Trialist 8, Kaliskan, Moisa, Gozo, Luna, Trialist 9, and Olatunji. Unfortunately, within the first minute, Galaxy scored their first goal. So that was awesome. But luckily, we answered pretty quickly in the 8th minute with a Gozo goal. So a Golzo. That's what I'm going to start calling them every time. The 20th minute, Galaxy regained the lead. So it was 2-1. And then in the 45th minute, Trialist 8 was able to find the back of the net. So that's pretty exciting. So we tied at 2-2 at the half. In the 60th minute, Luna got a PK goal. So brought it up to 3-2. Had some substitutions. So Olatunji and Trialist 9 were out. Piol and Hezarkhani were in, so swap in the strikers. Mm-hmm. In the 73rd minute and the 76th minute, we had a few more substitutions. So Trialist 8 and Luna were out, and Masalis and Berea were in. And then the last sub was Moisa and Ogara. So Moisa was out and Ogara was in, which I haven't heard that name.
Yeah, I've never heard of Ogara before. That was a new one for me.
Yeah. So after the 60th minute, we spent the rest of the half in the lead at 3-2, but Galaxy was able to get one in the 90th minute.
You hate seeing those ones. Just a dying embers goal.
So it did end up tying 3-3. But I honestly was excited to see that because we actually got to see goals.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I swear all last season it was like we would get 1 goal, 0 goals, 2 goals. I think they were saying only 1 or 2 of our games had more than 2 goals.
Yeah, I mean our leading scorer for the season had less than 10. So
yeah, it was
not
rough.
Great.
So it's nice to see, and it's nice to see Gozo get another goal because Gozo, this is his second or third. I think it's his third for the preseason. So that's really, really promising for him too.
Yeah. And in the post-game kind of recap with Pablo, he mentioned how, specifically how Gozo is doing so well and playing in a different position than he's used to as well, where he's playing wide out on the wing back with Trialist 8 on the other side, which Trialists, it's fairly obvious who they are if you look at the number and then look at our roster. You can tell who they are, but for legal reasons and because the club has asked us, Trialists is what we're going to call them. So it was nice to see Trialist 8 get a goal as well. That's always nice when you're new players, especially the ones you're excited about when they come in and do well. But to see Gozo in a new position scoring, and 2 goals in this game coming from wingbacks, that's exciting to me. It's different than what we've seen before, and I'm getting really jazzed about this 3-5-2.
Yeah, I think it'll be refreshing, and I think that it's actually going to be promising. We are a very vertical team, and so if we can keep it vertical and work better on the defense in the offensive side, I think that we'll be a force to be reckoned with.
And capitalizing on those transition moments, that's always going to be something that'll help us in the long run.
Yeah, and I think the new acquisitions that we've gotten this transfer window actually help a lot with that too, which kind of brings us to our next part, which is the roster check-in. Because we had quite the change. This was a very productive transfer window. I think you said you were looking at all of the teams, and we were like 7th in the amount of money we spent.
There was a ranking that put out, if all of the money that they've listed is accurate and what we've seen so far is like true, then according to that list, RSL was the number 7 club for spending the most money, with like 10.7, 10.8. A lot of money.
Million, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody could touch Inter Miami, though. They spent like $45 million this transfer window. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But to recap it, like you're saying, just to give everybody a reminder and a refresher for those who may not be quite as sicko fans as we are, we had Vera and Ojeda exit. Ojeda exiting to Orlando, and then Vera to Montreal. Then coming in, and buckle up, it's a long list, which I'm always excited about. We had Lucas Engel coming in. We had Stein Spierings, Juanma Sanabria, Morgan Guilavogui, Juan Jose Arias. And we also had Zach Booth, Chance Cowell, Griffin Dillon coming onto the first team, Dillon Kropp, Antonio Riquileme, and Sergi Solans, all joining the first team. So, quite a productive offseason. A lot of players being brought in, a lot of players being promoted. So, I'm excited.
Oh, for sure. Also, I was listening to something and I forgot or just didn't realize that Engel and Yedlin played together in Cincinnati. So they're playing again on that back three with Glad. So having that camaraderie already, and then Yedlin and Glad already having some playing time, I think the three of them is a really good start for our center backs.
Yeah, it's a nice building, like a foundation of like camaraderie and trust that's already there. Because Engel and Yedlin got along very well at Cincinnati. So they were both very excited to be reunited and playing together again.
Yeah.
So
that's
I'm excited to see more of that. I'm also excited to see a lot more offensive production from our striker core. So that's something I'm very much looking forward to, with Olatunji and Morgan Guilavogui paired up at the top.
Yeah.
So excited for that.
I mean, it's also nice to have a DP that's actually excited to be at the club. Like, looking at Morgan Guilavogui's Instagram and stuff, he is so excited to play here.
Yeah. It's very exciting. It's a little sad that
refreshing.
he's in France right now because of visa issues. So it'll be great to have him back with the club once his visa's all wrapped up. But it is nice, like you said, to have a DP who's excited to be here and already making contributions where he didn't score in this game, but he did help create chances. So we're excited about him.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good strike force. Strike force?
Yeah, our strike force. We have our DP in Morgan. We have one DP slot still open. We've talked about that before, where the club has said that they're waiting until summer to do something with that.
They must have something in the wings.
It feels like an indicator that they're expecting either Luna or Gozo, or possibly both, to leave.
Yeah.
So that
is bittersweet.
Yeah. But we do have our U22 spots all filled, which is kind of refreshing. So we have Luna, Marczuk, Piol, and now Juan Arias filling up our U22 slots.
Yeah. It's nice to see a lot of promising, what's the word I want? Talent. And like young blood. It's interesting that the three of them are strikers, and then Arias is a center back.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see that dynamic. But it also makes sense to me where when you're kind of spending that extra money to bring in higher caliber talent, it makes sense to put that into your attacking core
Mm-hmm.
to be building that. But I love seeing a defensive player in those U22 slots because I like investing in defense. Defense is something that we have struggled with in the past, so I'm very hopeful for this new formation to see how our center back core handles that.
Yeah. It's also super refreshing to have depth in almost every single position, that we don't have to worry about if we're going to be struggling to pull players from one place or another just to fill spots. Where we have depth in the center backs. We even have depth in our left backs and our right backs and everywhere. Like in our strikers, we have a lot of promise, which is really, really nice and refreshing.
I'm super excited for Stein Spierings once his visa issues are cleared.
He's a defensive mid?
Yeah. So Trey has compared him to Kyle Beckerman in his play. So,
which is your all-time favorite?
My all-time favorite. I love having a solid defensive mid, locking things down and being that transition piece between defending to attacking. I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see him playing more. I wish that we could just wave a magic wand and have everybody's visa issues handled and be ready for Saturday, but
no government works that properly.
Yeah. So I doubt it'll happen. So
remember how long it took us to get Catranis because of visa stuff when he first was signed?
Yeah. So it will be kind of a
rough couple weeks.
Yeah. Pablo said in another interview, we talked about it last time, but it bears repeating, that we might not be made whole until like week 3.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun adjustment, but hopefully Saturday we can put together a competitive roster and it'll be a performance that we can all be excited about.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot to be excited about with our new acquisitions and with the season coming up. So let's just go ahead and get into some predictions here. So we have our roster set. We have some ideas of how we're gonna do. Kayla, how do you think RSL is gonna do this year? So let's go ahead. We're gonna do some team predictions. We're gonna go where you think that RSL will finish in the West, where they're going to finish in the Supporters' Shield, and then, just for funsies, do you think we're going to go early playoff exit or make a deep run? Then we're also going to do our MVP, our Golden Boot, and who we think is going to have a breakout year. So, Kayla, let's go ahead and get it started.
In the West, I'm going to be super hopeful and say we're going to finish number 5.
Number 5?
Yeah. Okay. So, solidly in playoffs. I don't think we're going to be number 1. We're going up, or number 2. We're going up against LAFC and going up against Vancouver. Like, those two are pretty rough to fight against right now. But, like, number 5 is, I feel like that's really good with how we're doing. That's my prediction. And then in the Supporter Shield, number 11.
Number 11?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of up there.
Mm-hmm. If we're number 5, we're going to be number 11. That's my prediction.
That's your prediction?
Yep.
Okay. And short playoff run or deep playoff run?
Deep. I don't think that we're going to get all the way to the cup, but I could see us being like in the semifinals.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or quarterfinals.
I can see it.
Like in the knockout round.
Do you want to do your players first, or do you want me to say where I'm
Go for
thinking RSL is going to be? Okay, so I actually was a little bit more confident in the West Conference finishing. I think that RSL is going to finish 4th.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were going to say 4. I literally was like, I bet you he's going to say 4.
Yeah, so I think RSL is going to finish in 4th, behind LAFC, behind Vancouver, and then 3rd spot we'll kind of see how that goes with the different signings that have come through, but I think 4 is where RSL is going to land. Supporter Shield, I'm a little less hopeful than you, because the East Conference is
Stacked.
yeah, Eastern Conference is a tough conference. So I'm thinking RSL is going to be 13th in the Supporter Shield behind a very strong Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that is because of how much money is being thrown around over there.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Then, who are you? Yeah, who are you thinking for MVP and Golden Boot and Breakout year?
I'm gonna say Guilavogui is our MVP.
Guilavogui the MVP. Okay.
I think that he's gonna have the number 1 assists, and I think that he's gonna be the playmaker enough that they're gonna call him the MVP. But my Golden Boot is Olatunji.
So you're going striker on both. Okay.
And then Breakout, I really, really hope it's Marczuk.
Yeah.
I just from seeing what I got to see of the preseason, he just looks so much happier. He looks so much more confident. He just looks so much more ready to play. And I want him to have a really good year. And so I think that he's going to have his breakout year this year. I think he's going to be more of like an impact sub for sure. But I see a lot of promise. I see that like like I said, he's happy. Like he was smiling on the field. He wasn't like, I don't know, last year he just looked so frustrated all the time and he looked so despondent. Whereas this year, like he was laughing, he was joking with the guys, like he was actually interacting with the other players. Even if he doesn't speak the same language, they've still been able to find ways to interact. And you can tell that it makes a big difference. And whatever's been going on with him, I hope that everything's okay. And I really, really, really want him to succeed. And I want him to do well. So that's my breakout.
There you go.
All forwards.
All forwards. Oh, yeah, that's true. All forwards.
My other one was Kalaskan, but I feel like Kalaskan had his breakout last year.
Kind of up and down.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you put Morgan as MVP. I kind of like that. I like that you've got high hopes for him.
I really do. I think that like he is one of those that if he is in the right system, he flourishes, and you can tell. I have a good feeling that this is a good system for him. I think that he'll flourish because he will be a star, and he can be a star, and we can really, really use him. And so I think that that's where he's going to shine. And being able to pass assists, he's going to be able to like make a lot of plays, even if he's not going to be able to like. I really want him to be like the second Golden Boot, if that's possible. But I think that I just have a lot of excitement for him.
Yeah, I am also very excited about him. I think it's cool that you're wanting to put him in as MVP. I hope that he has an MVP level of
play
like performance.
Yeah.
His Paris FC form coming back. I went a different direction for MVP. I put my man Rafa Cabral
for the second year in a row. Because he got it this last year.
Yeah, I just think that Cabral is such a
top-notch everything.
He's a calming presence. He is somebody that the team can rally behind. I think his leadership is going to be a massive part of any success that we see this season.
Yeah.
A lot of the calmness from the back, and then just knowing that he's back there and you have such a high caliber goaltender to rely on.
Yeah.
But Golden Boot, I am going with Morgan. I think that he is going to come in here, and you talked about how you talked about how in the wrong system it hurt his performance, and he was behind another player in the depth chart. I think that something happens for your confidence when you are brought in as the guy. Like, he is our DP. He's coming in. We are expecting results from him. We are expecting a high level of play. And I think when those expectations are put forward,
Yeah.
you'll either crumble under the weight of it or rise to the occasion. And I think he's going to rise to the occasion. And I think we're going to see probably like a 16, 17 goal minimum
That'd be pretty
year
awesome.
out of Morgan.
I think it'd be cool to see Olatunji and Guilavogui both be in the top 10 goal scorers of MLS.
It would be fun to have players in the Golden Boot race just for the league in general. That would be fun to have again. I would love. I mean, we're not going to see a repeat of 2024, but I would love to see something close where we are serious contenders.
Yeah.
But my breakout player is going to be another new guy. I think it will be Juan Arias. I think he's going to have a time this season, and I think it might affect the overall formation. I think we might see him work his way into the starting center back core if he's able to adjust to Major League Soccer and ball out in the league. I think we might see him push Yedlin out of the center back core and into the wing back position and see some competition with Gozo, Marczuk, Yedlin on that side.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
But if Arias is able to adjust to the league and adjust to life in the States, then I have very high hopes for him.
Also, I realized that you didn't say where we would go in the playoffs.
Oh, I didn't. I think we are going to do a medium run.
Like in the knockouts.
I think that we'll advance through to at least the second round.
Let's hope.
I want to say that I'm confident we're going to win a cup, but
next year.
Maybe.
I think next year.
We have so much
potential.
The level of this league has increased so much in the last few years. We have seen so many high caliber players being brought into the league, and it feels like the entire league
has risen.
Yeah, it feels like a different landscape than it was like even 3-4 years ago. Yeah. I
think Messi started it, but then it's snowballed into so many other clubs, not just Inter Miami.
Yeah, but bringing in those names that really attracted attention to the league.
Yeah.
Then we have Messi coming in. We have Thomas Muller, Son Heung-min, Timo Werner. Like, we have all of these
top-notch caliber
coming in and raising the level of play for the league as a whole. So it's going to be harder to get another cup, but it's going to be a lot more fun to watch the process. Because the soccer's getting better.
It's also raising the caliber of play from everyone. And I feel like it's also showing other international players like, hey, MLS is a contender. MLS is here.
I think we'll see a lot of that out of the World Cup as well, where we'll see these international players coming in and seeing our facilities in MLS, where they're using so many MLS facilities for training. They're going to see what it's like to be here, what it's like to train here. And I think that will lead... I mean, the last time we had the World Cup in the U.S., there was an influx of players coming in after seeing what it was like. So, I mean, it really, like, that's what kicked off MLS, was the 94 World Cup. So, I hope that we'll see a similar effect where we'll see a massive...
influx.
Yeah, just an injection of growth into the league. And finally, some respect on the international stage.
Right.
Because the other leagues, and I have friends who are international, they're fans of other leagues, they've grown up outside the U.S. They look down on MLS because it's American and for no other reason. They're happy to purchase our players, but they will never admit that our caliber of play has risen to be competitive with some of these other top leagues from European countries, or really some of these like really world-class talent
Mm-hmm.
building clubs,
Mm-hmm.
there are teams in MLS that can hold their own with them. Am I saying that every team in MLS is as good as every team
No.
in like the Premier League? No. But it's more competitive, and the gap is closer than it ever has been.
I agree.
But I'll get off my soapbox about my
Speaking
feelings on
of
MLS.
Excitement with like predictions, there's been MLS actually projected starting 11 for all of the teams, so they had a starting 11 for RSL. So I'll pull that up and tell you about it.
Yeah, who do they have as our projected starting 11, assuming that everyone's visas are there and health is there?
So it's a huge surprise. Rafa Cabral is in the net.
As always.
Kind of that 3. So their Havis is a 3-5-2, which we've confirmed that that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So from left to right, Engel, Glad, Yedlin. Sanabria starting. Spierings, Luna in the middle, Anelli, and then Gozo. And then up at the front, Olatunji and Guilavogui. So Luna is that true 10. Sanabria and Gozo in the on the very far wings, with Spierings and Anelli in the kind of defensive mid, but also like center mid. So super interesting. I wonder if it'll be Sanabria or if it'll be Catranis, or if we'll see kind of like a back and forth.
I think the formation and the lineup that they've put out is kind of what I would expect to be our best 11. I do see a little bit of competition between Sanabria and Catranis for the minutes on the left side, but I also see Catranis coming off the bench for Sanabria, because that is going to be like a very high intensity position, so we're going to need a lot of rotation there. So I think the starting players in those roles, whether it's Gozo or whether it's Sanabria, on either side, I think we're going to see them rotated for players like Marczuk or players like Catranis. The left side, I feel like, is very strong, where Catranis is a starter caliber player, and then we've got Sanabria coming in, who is like
also
just a very
caliber.
just a proven starter and proven goal scorer and successful player. So I think the competition's going to be healthy, but that doesn't surprise me that that's what they put. I would probably rate our starting 11 as that as well.
Who are your top off the bench players?
I would say Catranis for sure. If he's not going to be in the starting 11, he's going to be coming off to be a big impact player. Marczuk probably as well. It's hard to say. Arias for sure.
Yeah.
Gonna be a good off the bench player at the beginning, and I think working his way, like I said, to a starting position. It's gonna be fun to find that out. Who do you think?
I love Catranis. Catranis is always my guy. And then, like I said, I think Marczuk's gonna have a breakout year. I think that him having the support and not having to like only be a starter, I think being able to rotate quite a bit, I think he's gonna do great. And I think he's gonna be as good as like when we had Anderson Julio coming off the bench, or when we would have like when Gozo started and was coming off the bench. Like, I think that he's gonna do really, really well. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm hopeful.
Here's a question for you, and I'll put you on the spot just a little bit here. How do you think Piol is going to measure up this season, coming in maybe as a rotation piece for our striker core behind Olatunji and Guilavogui, with the pressure off of not having to be striker one as an early 20s kid? I think that he is
going to flourish. I think that he's so young. He's only like, what, 21, 22? For him to have the caliber of experience in Olatunji and Guilavogui and the power that they have to train him and to lead him, I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll be just fine. And I think he'll be really good as another rotation piece as well.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. One thing I think all three of those players have is speed.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But Victor and Guilavogui have experience behind them. They have careers behind them where
they have a little bit more accuracy.
Yeah.
And I think all of that is gonna help Piol to do better.
Mm-hmm. And learn those finishing skills where he definitely wasn't getting those from the likes
Willie
of
Ojeda.
Yeah, and Willie Ojeda or Forster Jago before that.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to see Piol get some good training. I'm very excited about that.
I think that'll be really good.
Yeah.
So speaking of the projected 11, knowing that we won't have certain people in, how do you think our starting 11 is going to be for Saturday? As we go into our match preview. So we'll obviously have Cabral. Then we'll have Engel, Glad, Yedlin.
Mm-hmm.
We won't have Sanabria or Spierings.
Yeah, so Sanabria and Spierings and Morgan are questionable. We haven't heard for sure, but
so
probably
worst case scenario, they're not able to be there at all. I think Catranis goes where Sanabria is, because that's what we were just talking about. Who do you think is going where Spierings is?
I think probably Kalaskan.
I think he's shown himself as a good defensive mid. He held his own really well when Anelli was injured last year.
Mm-hmm. I think he's underrated and underappreciated. I think he gets a kind of a harsh review.
Yeah.
From other fans and from just RSL Nation as a whole.
I've really liked him.
I think he does better than he gets credit for.
Oh, for sure.
He's not as good as like Anelli or as good as Ojeda was,
or even Pablo Ruiz when he's not injured.
But he is very smart, and he's been shouted out by Yedlin and by other players as an incredibly smart player. And I think that is very underrated on the field. It's very undervalued by the fan base. Because he does like contribute, maybe in ways that we don't see on the score sheet and we don't see on FOTMob. But I think Kalaskan brings a lot where he has such a mind for the game and he can help direct traffic a little bit.
Which is good in that center mid position.
I always love a field general in the midfield. So I think Kalaskan has the ability to do that. And I would prefer to see him subbing in for Spierings or for Anelli just as a rotation. Yeah. I would like to see him kind of in that role, but while we're waiting for Spierings, I think he's a good option. He's not what I would pick for my all-time starting 11, but I think he's a good option.
And in the front, would you put Piol as starting?
Oh, that's...
Or would you put Gozo in the front and Marczuk on the side?
Now that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I would put Piol up there or if I would put Berea up there, but I wouldn't want to mess with where Gozo has been.
That's true.
Where he's learning that position. I want him to get reps in that position. But maybe Berea or Piol, depending on who's done better in training this week.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Berea start, have we, ever?
Oh, off the top of my head, I wouldn't know. I'll have to look.
I know Piol started.
Yeah, Piol started a lot, but he started before we had Berea truly integrated.
Yeah.
But Berea...
He's a sleeper.
He was amazing for the Monarchs last year. So maybe it's time for him to get a shot. Maybe we'll see him coming through because he was a super draft player. Maybe he's another Anelli in the works.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it past him. So it's possible.
Kalaskan is a super draft too.
Yeah.
He was a super draft to Portland, and Portland said, "Yeah, we don't want you," and so we said, "We'll take him." Thank you. I think it was Kurt Schmidt's cousin or something who played with him or worked with him in college, and was like, "Hey, you want this guy?"
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So do you see Junka being more on the back, or do you see him more where Gozo is as a sub?
Where Gozo is?
On the right wing.
For Junka, no. I see Junka more
Center back.
center back or left side because he doesn't normally play on the right.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like,
So I would say Junka's probably going to be a rotation piece in the center backs.
mm-hmm. But also rotate in the left back if needed.
He's an important part of the center back core.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll see him rotating in for Engel or for Yedlin or maybe even for Glad. We'll see how that rotates through.
Yeah. So what's our last 5 meetings against Vancouver? Let's look at that game.
Yeah, we've had history with Vancouver. Our last 5 with them, the last game against them was a 3-2 loss here. And that was a dying embers goal as well. That was 90th minute by Pedro Vite putting it in. And before that was a 2-1 loss in BC Place. So the last time we were in BC Place, we had a 2-1 loss, and our goal came off of a Diego Luna penalty. But Tristan Blackman and Jaden Nelson scored against us in that one.
We had a center back score against us?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then match before that. So that was the last 2. The third match was 2024, and that was a much better season for us. But we had Diego Luna scoring in that game, and then there was a own goal by Isaac Bomer in that one. So we've had some mix with them. So we had a win, a loss, a win, and then 2 losses. So we're coming off of a 2-loss streak to Vancouver.
How does Thomas Muller and Berhalter and Ben White all play into this?
That's scary. Thomas Muller is a scary player, even hit this stage of his career. So I'm a little nervous, especially where we're not going to be full strength. But I think we could potentially hold our own. Let's look with those starting 11 graphics. Yeah. Let's look at what Vancouver's got right now. Let's see how we stack up.
So they have Ben White as their striker.
I like him.
Yeah. Cabrera on the left, Muller, Sabi, Kubas and Berhalter, and then in the back, Johnson, Prizo, Blackman, Campo, and Takaoka in the goal. Which Takaoka is so good. So that's going to be rough.
Yeah, I like him, but I hope that we embarrass him. What formation are they running?
A 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1?
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing too terribly inventive.
Pretty standard.
But it does have that formation that we've struggled against in preseason of struggling against teams that are playing a 4 in the back.
But maybe we'll see some miracles, Yeah. Some miracles.
If we can get Gozo producing, and if we can kind of answer for our new pieces that won't be there, then I think we have a chance. I don't think we have a strong chance of winning this match, but I do think we have a strong chance of splitting points.
What is your score prediction?
I'm
going to be super optimistic, and I'm going to say 2-2.
2-2? I was kind of leaning that way, but I think I'm going to go with 1-1. But I'm pulling for a draw. My gut is kind of telling me to expect a loss, but I'm going to be
We're going to be optimistic. We're optimistic over here.
I don't want to have my opinion tainted by last year's performance, because we have made a lot of changes.
So many new players.
And
a good DP.
Yeah, and new formation strategy. All of that is different. Our DP won't be there, though.
I know.
So, we have a new DP, but he's not going to be there Saturday. Or at least it's unlikely that he'll be there Saturday.
At least we'll have Engel, because he's already been playing in Cincinnati.
True. So we have that. I think a draw is what we can reasonably hope for.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not it happens, we'll see. But with a scoreline of 1 or possibly 2 goals for us, we asked y'all who you had for your goal predictions.
For your first goal scorer, that's what it was.
First goal scorers, yeah. And we had quite a few responses and people weighing in on that. But we had 2 players that were standing out as who we thought would be, or as who y'all thought, RSL Nation thought would be the standout goal scorers. Number 1, unsurprisingly, is Gozo after his preseason performance. He's doing awesome. I
could see him getting the first goal.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And Olatunji, which I think is a safe call.
Mm-hmm.
A wingback who has been scoring well for us and has played in forward positions for his whole career so far.
Mm-hmm.
And then Olatunji, who is a proven scorer. And I think
he's also scored quite a few times in the preseason too.
Yeah, so it's a safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. I think those are good.
Watch it be Catronis.
I would be happy about that. Mm-hmm. I love Catronis.
I love Catronis. We have the Catronis scarf.
Genuinely love Catronis.
He's a good guy.
We also got some hot takes from y'all. We'll just go over one of these since we're kind of running low on time here. But we had one that kind of goes into what I was saying with Arias of changing the center back landscape. But we had one fan give the hot take that Glad will be benched midway through the season, saying, quote, "He showed last year he's just too slow." Kind of a hot take.
I kind of see it, though.
Yeah.
I love Glad. I like
him as a person.
But he struggled last year. He struggled quite a bit. He made quite a few mistakes of like not getting to his spot fast enough or not getting over where he was supposed to be fast enough. And I wonder if that's going to change a lot because of this 3-5-2 and maybe he's going to do a lot better. But like if this young kid can come in and be faster, defend better, tackle better.
Or if Junka can...
Or Junka, yeah. Or Henry. Like,
yeah, or Henry. I forgot about it.
We have quite a few... Like we said, we have quite a few depth in there that I want them to push Glad to be better so that he earns his spot. And it's not just grandfathered in because he's been here for so long. You know?
Yeah, that's very true. We also had some score predictions from y'all. Y'all were a little less hopeful than we are, but we're paragons of positivity. But we had one prediction with the first game of the season with plenty of new players. They said, hope we can win, but I would take a tie. Their realistic call is they're saying it's going to be a loss 2-1 for Vancouver, which is better than the other predictions that we got, which were 2-0 Vancouver, which would...
I just need a goal.
Yeah.
Give me at least a goal.
I just want to get on board. I want to split these points. If we can't win, I want to split these points.
For sure.
And I think, like I said, I think we have a good chance of doing that with the players that we have available. If we had our full strength squad, I feel like we could potentially take these points.
Yeah.
That's kind of where RSL Nation feels is a little less hopeful than we are, but I am going to say draw. Yeah.
It's also, like, I feel like it'll be their first game. It'll be our first game. Like, getting the jitters, knocking the dust off. There's a lot of things that can happen in an opener.
Yeah. I'm just so excited for it to actually happen. I cannot wait for this. So, we are very excited for this upcoming match. We're so excited for the home opener where we get to see y'all in person at the stadium. So that's going to be very, very fun. But for this upcoming match, there are plenty of watch parties.
I do know where the 2 are.
There's more than 2.
So I know where at least 2 of them are.
Yeah.
So there's Kaye
that's
with the RSL Bros. And then
The Riot Brigade.
The Riot Brigade is doing it at Bout Time in West Jordan.
And then RSL Random Fan Podcast. I've mentioned it before, but I want to pull it up so I can make sure I know what the name of the restaurant is, because I've mentioned it before.
And we'll add it to our socials as well so that you can.
Yeah, I've never been able to actually name the restaurant, so I'm going to fix that this time. So it is at the Break Sports Grill. That's in Murray. So the majority of these are starting at 5. There's a couple others that I've seen, but I'm going to put together something that has all of them with their times and where they are and put them out, because we love all these people. We want to support them and show them some love. And then we also want to make sure that y'all can get to a watch party that is close to you and convenient for you, so that we can have all of our fans together and just really kick this season off to a great start.
Yeah, so a lot of them start at 5, but kickoff is actually at 5:30. So, be there.
Yeah, we will be at one of them most likely, assuming our work schedules will allow. But if not, we'll be watching from home. But we will be there with all of y'all in spirit at whatever ones we're not able to go to. But that's all we've got for now. We're so excited for the season to start. We're so excited for a match. It's going to be a fun season. Kayla, your final thoughts?
I'm just ready. Like, let's freaking go. Let's play ball.
It's going to be fun.
Play ball.
Wrong ball. But it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun just to be at home with our friends. So, here's to a good season. Here's to a deep playoff run. Hopefully, we have a surprise surge and we get another cup. That would be amazing. But for now, thank you all for joining us here. You can follow us on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, all Bootroom 801. You can find links for all of that at bootroom801.com. You can also submit your questions, hot takes, or shout outs there. But thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next week on Bootroom 801.
Let's play ball! We're so excited!